you talk us through a little bit about what Nykaa and its ubiquitous sort of availability has done to the availability of beauty and personal care um, in the sort of rural areas and sort of remote corners? Are there places where beauty products were previously inaccessible, but folks from those pin codes or those regions are regularly buying from Nykaa? Do you observe those kind of patterns?
Absolutely. Almost 60% of our demand is coming from non-metro cities. And we believe that we have done democratization of beauty and beauty products availability all throughout the country. And many of these small towns where, because of our policy of promoting economic growth all throughout the country, there are consumers who are interested in these products. And that was our whole thesis, that we want the products that are available to Mumbai and Delhi consumers to be available all throughout India. So that's been a big thesis, and it's really played out well because we see the same consumption. A lot of earlier people used to ask us, do you see different consumption from tier 2 and 3 cities? And our answer is no. Those consumers are consuming similar, they have similar aspirations, they're consuming similar products.
And does it make you proud to imagine, some young woman in some remote corner of the country feels a little more confident as a consequence of better grooming or, of using.
Absolutely. That's been my big motivation. So we used to do before COVID, we call them beauty bars. And basically they were our experiential, we would go to a city and set up an experiential, environment where consumers from that city were called in to come and experience various brands. And there, when I used to connect with the girls, they used to tell us that they feel they've learned everything by watching Nykaa content, and they feel so empowered now and so confident to go into the world. A lot of young girls, as they were like growing up and they're taking their first jobs, they felt very empowered with what Nykaa was offering them. So that's been a big satisfaction. And it's from there that was our message to women. Like Nykaa as a name means an actress. So that is our message to women, that let the spotlight of your life be on you. For too long, women have been too afraid to dream for themselves. And time has come for women to want to dream for themselves and not be afraid of pursuing their own dreams. And I joke about it that now at least we've given what more equal sex ratio at birth. I say we've given in India we've given them chance to be born, but now let's give them a chance to dream for themselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. There are two parts that's really well said as well. There are two parts. There are two aspects to how you chose to build your business that I find really interesting, and I want to take a moment to talk about those. One is, as we mentioned previously, you chose to build frugally with a lot of discipline and not diluting. I mean, diluting as little as you could manage, not raising more money than you needed. Number two, you chose when you did raise money, you chose to raise it from high net worth individuals, families, rather than funds. One, could you talk us through, what informed these choices? And number two, did your experience as a banker help you in superior management of the cap table and making more optimal choices in these regards?
Yeah. So, I mean, I observed e-commerce and I realized that inventory-led e-commerce was a key to success, especially in beauty, where there are a lot of counterfeit products and there is a tendency, and there's also expiry date, and there's a tendency for marketplaces, some retailers to sell their not so great products on the marketplaces. So I was convinced it needed to be inventory-led. And by the time we entered, there were already rules in India where, basically if you have inventory-led business, you could not take foreign money. So we chose not to take foreign money and we chose high net worth money for those reasons, till such time as later we got structured as Indian owned and managed company with, at the top, and then our subsidiary could do that business. So as those rules came about, then that's how we got structured. So that was one of the reasons why we started in a manner that we started. I think also talking about, my experience as a banker, how did it help, and a stockbroker. So I joke about it, but, because having been a stockbroker, I am very aware of the P&L impact of a business and balance sheet impact of a business, and we call it unit economics. So honestly, like from very day one, I was trying to build businesses that fall into the right unit economics, and hence eventually they'll have a earnings potential and a model that will be interesting to the investor. So my in-depth experience of investors and what they want, it's like what do women want, similar, what do investors want. So I think at Nykaa, I truly understand that. And it's not that we are giving them numbers that they want, but we are truly building a business that they would love. So a lot of internal discipline to not do wrong things. So we talk about it. Like, I think in early days, even before we launched the website, I used to say that I'll never do shipping for free. Like, the free shipping should not be done without any minimum threshold. So I very carefully calculated that if it takes 50 rupees to ship a product, and if our margins are, say, 20-30%, then what is the price what is the AOV of the order at which I can do free shipping? So I think in those early days, my colleagues used to tell me that the whole industry does free shipping, and I said, no, it won't be for too long. And we never pursued that. And by the time we were doing the right thing, we found that industry also had moved to doing the right thing.